straight from the realm of all things gaming. Everything Noob starts now.
Episode 124, Everything Noob podcast. I am Vortak. Joining me this evening, Mr. Dreadlow, Miss Jemmy, gamers and streamers and YouTubers of things. How's it going?
Good.
I lost my boyfriend to League of Legends.
Oh.
I know.
Smite is clearly the better game.
I know. Every time I was watching him play all day today, and I was like, I think I like watching Smite a little better.
We'll see what happens. Heroes of the Storm is going to be coming out, and that might be the new...
That will be interesting. I like Blizzard, and I think they might do a pretty good job on that. So we'll see. Usually those games are free, too, so there's no risk.
Because you pay for the characters and the skins on those characters.
If you want.
Everybody who's really into it does it, though.
I haven't spent a dime on Smite, and I've unlocked a bunch of characters and skins and things like that, because most of the stuff you can get, at least the good stuff, is... Well, there's really good stuff for money, but there's many, many good things you can buy for just the gems you earn in the game, or whatever they are.
Right. Well, hopefully Heroes of the Storm will be kind of the same kind of thing, where you can earn basically anything that you can buy off the store.
Yes.
Which would be good, because that's the way Hearthstone is. So,
well, before we get too off track, every week we have a couple topics and themes we discuss. This week we are talking about something that just happened here on Twitch and some new Nintendo handheld news. So maybe some other things as well. Maybe we'll keep talking about Hearthstone and Smite and other free awesome games. So this just happened. Twitch had to reset all of our passwords, all of our stream keys. We had to all go through this before doing the show tonight. And I don't know. This happens entirely too often. I'm a little bit sick of it.
Well, they claim that our passwords were encrypted, so nobody got a hold of those. But yet they want us to change it, so I don't know. That's kind of weird.
Just in case, usually. Now, I know some people have paid for things through Twitch with their credit card and stuff, and I'm more curious if that is safe.
Oh, like subscriptions and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, digital payments.
True.
There's a lot of that going on
because that's addresses and all sorts of stuff.
We do this show here on Twitch, so we, are obviously directly affected by it. I'm just glad they fixed it before we had to go live tonight, which is good. Their support team was good about it, but people were flooding them at the time. And when I went to log in, there was no notification that they had done
No,
this.
I went through the same freaking thing. It's just it brings you to a page. You go to the page, and it says, we sent you an email. I go to the email, and it just gives this information. I go, okay. When you try to log in, it's going to prompt you to change your password. I logged in, and it said error, password not found, or whatever. I'm going, what the hell?
There was no prompt. There was no anything.
No, it just scared me. I go, oh, no. Yeah.
I'm more frustrated
Luckily,
because this keeps happening. I have no idea how many times I've had to reset a handful of passwords that I just reset, that I had to think of these new passphrases and stuff. I'm like, okay, this is a good one. I'll remember this. It's secure. And then I
just used the same one.
I have a bunch now, and I have to remember which ones to change. It's terrible.
Well, that's why you get LastPass for your browser, because you have to log into that. They can't get a hold of that in any way. Or you can get what I got, KeyPass for my computer, which is basically a database for all my passwords. And if I don't know a password, I just go into it with one full-length password, and it has a special file that's on my computer. So if anybody was to get a hold of the database, they can't get into it unless they have that file. It actually links to a weird encrypted file that you need to have, and that's hidden away on your computer, named 46810.5Q. It's just really long, drawn-out word that nobody's ever going to know what it's looking for. So there's no way anybody can access those passwords unless they have that particular file on their... They can have the database all day long, but we won't be able to get into it. So those are pretty cool little programs that you can get. LastPass is on their servers, but it's encrypted on their servers, and it's only decrypted when you log in, and it's on your end. So I've got all my passwords on there. So, yeah, there are ways.
One way to do it. What were you going to say, Jimmy?
Well, proper digital security says you should be changing your password at least once a month. So I know you're whining about changing your password, but you should be doing it a lot more often anyway.
Oh my God. That's ridiculous, though. Why do we have to, like, inconvenience ourselves because nobody can get their shit
because
together with internet
people
security?
are assholes. If we lived in utopia where everybody is like, you know what, I don't want to steal your information to make a quick buck, then it wouldn't matter. But somebody's out to steal, so you have to protect yourself.
I know Microsoft is going to be doing this because they're already doing it with Windows 10, but Google's done this. And if you notice that there's a lot of websites that you can actually sign up to using your Google Plus account, and that's one password. You log in with your Google Plus account, that's it. You don't have to have any other passwords. You're logging in through Google. So if you need to change a password, you change your Google password, and you won't have to worry about this other, website because you're logging in through Google. And that's kind of neat. And I'm hoping that like picks up because that would be so cool to have one password for everything.
It makes me feel like I have that because I use so many Google things.
Yeah. If you notice, there's a little button saying log in with Google. They already have it for Facebook all over the place.
Yeah, I was going to say that
with your
seems
Facebook
like the
account.
Facebook thing.
I won't do that. But I mean, Google, I don't know. I can change my Google password and it changes it for everything. So I just log into whatever I have to do. But there's some that don't have the Google password thing, so I have to make up a password for it. But it's getting there.
Part of me, and I don't know much about, obviously I don't know much about internet security, but in my mind, the moment someone steals a whole bunch of passwords, they're going to be acting as fast as they can because they know this sort of thing is going to happen. So if I change my password once a year or once a month, I don't think it'll matter in the long run. I think people will steal my password if they have something, if they have it at that time, and maybe I'm out. I don't see that someone stole my password. I don't see all the emails from Twitch. Hey, change your password quick. That's it, right? I mean,
right.
It doesn't, for me, I don't feel like changing your password once a month. Yeah, it's going to help with some things here and there. It's like locking your screen door at night to protect your glass door. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, what's so cool is Steam. Now, I don't know why anybody else doesn't take it from this, but Steam, if I log in on another computer somewhere, it won't let me log in. It'll say, this is not your computer. If you are indeed logging in, go to your email address, and we will give you a special code that you input here. You get the code, you put it in there, and then it'll allow you to log onto that computer, which is really cool because, again, it's Google. You're logging in, you got your Google account, you just change your Google password and you're good to go if there's ever any problems because people have to access your email. That's what I hated about WoW when they first came out. When they first came out with this log in with your email, and I'm thinking, why log in with your email? That means they'll know your email, so they'll hack your email so that they can get the codes or whatever necessary to log into your account. That's why I got a completely different email for WoW. And it's not associated with anything. It's specifically for WoW. But other than that, if you log in with a username and nobody knows your email, then they don't know to hack into your email to, get that code to log into Steam. So I don't know. There's different methods for different companies, and that's what kind of sucks because they don't unify or, make them all the same.
Yeah.
And we need it to be the same. Otherwise, we got to have 50 billion passwords that we got to remember.
My question is, how many times has Twitch had us do this now?
I don't remember doing it.
Like it was recent.
Was it? Of course, I don't get on there.
I think it's been like a year or two since the last time.
Recently, they did do a stream key thing. I remember that. I didn't stream on Twitch for a long time, but I got this weird email saying something about the stream key being changed. I have to change my stream key, so I went and changed it, and that was it. I don't think it had to do with passwords, though.
We might as well just enter a routine on Twitch where people are just constantly having their stuff reset just for security's sake because that's where we're at anyway.
No. When you with digital security, when you change your password manually every month, that's just in case there was a security failure on Twitch's side and they don't know it. So, because a lot of times when they're stealing stuff, they usually don't want passwords. They usually don't want to steal accounts unless, like in the case of MMOs and stuff, when they steal accounts, they can earn money through your account, because you're going to be stuck paying for half a month or something like that. So they have to act fast on that. But when it comes to like user accounts on Twitch or stores or whatever, they don't really want. They mostly want to steal information to try to steal identities.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I get that. And I mean, I was just speaking in terms, just general terms of like, oh, good rule of thumb, change your passwords every month. Yeah, and I think it will help for those reasons, but I also think in some ways it doesn't help at all. Just my personal take on it. I mean, but you're right. It's good to change your password to prevent things like that no one knows about. Someone could have just gotten in there, taken a bunch of stuff, and you have no idea because no one caught it.
Right.
So I get it for those reasons. I just don't think...
But there's also malicious reasons, too, why somebody would go into a Twitch account. I mean, think about it. What was the malicious thing they used to do? They used to do swatting. Now they've found ways to hack into your Twitch account and mess up your stream, however
I
they
think
can.
swatting's a lot worse.
No, it is, but I mean, it's not as common as it used to be. But now they got to come up with different ways to basically grief the streamer. And that would be a good way, is to get a hold of their account information and really mess up their stream. Sending, messages to all the subscribers saying you guys all suck, stuff like that. Stupid stuff. But, a lot of other reasons too. You can, if you get the stream key, you can stream on their channel. So they could be trying to do that.
What were you going to say, Jimmy?
Well, I was going to say, like, unless it comes from a mass database to pull hack, like whatever happened to Twitch, a lot of times the biggest security failure is you yourself, and you trust people, and you either let slip too much information so they can essentially brute force your password, or you'll just be like, I trust this person, and I'm going to just give them my password this one time. You don't think about it because you think that you can trust them, so you just leave the password forever and ever. Maybe the relationship turns sour or flips, and then they wreck your shit. Ex-girlfriends, ex-boyfriends, all of the above. It happens, and it happens a lot. So that's why if you're in the routine of changing your password every month, chances are you are going to minimize the amount of crap somebody maliciously is going to try to ruin for you.
True. It's true. At this rate, I might as well be changing it once a month because all the things I'm signed up for seem to keep having security breaches. PlayStation Network, Twitch.
We live in that age, though.
Yeah, it's just infuriating. It used to be... I remember a simpler time.
No. Here, before you say that, would you rather have people breaking in and hacking accounts or breaking into your house?
There's some benefits to people breaking into your house. I mean, say you got a new shotgun and you haven't had a chance to test it out. If someone takes my account online, I don't even know who they are or where to find them to use my shotgun.
That's true.
Strictly hypothetically speaking.
Oh, wow.
They're just
Don't break into Vortex House. You are probably going to get shot.
Wow.
Anyway, yeah, no, you're right. It's definitely I don't know. I'm not arguing. You should change your password. You should have a secure account. It's just annoying at the same time. It's because everything is trying so hard to make your life easier on the internet, such as Google, especially with any site you visit that's not Google related. Like, would you like to save this password so we can log in automatically? Like, sure, Google, go ahead. And you don't even think about it. And then you change the password and Google keeps trying to log in with the old one. And then you get, now it's another thing you have to do to fix that issue. And it just goes on and on and on. And yeah, I don't know. Dreadlow's method of storing passwords in a big database is starting to sound a little bit nicer. It's scary for some reasons, but I mean,
I've been able
people
to take
do
my.
it. You're not the first person I've met who does that.
Yeah, and it works good because there's no way anybody can really. If they got a hold of the database on my computer, they couldn't get in it. They'd have to find that file, and that file is hidden away. You know, it's like, and I can put that file anywhere. I don't have to take that file and link it, you know, specifically in the the key, what is it called, KeyPass folder. I could put it in my system directory, and I just link my login to that system directory. So if somebody was to get on my computer, they would grab the database and they go, oh, we got all of his passwords, and they try to log in. They can't because they don't have that file which completes the login process.
I get
and
it.
You need that. Yeah. So and that's for that. Now for LastPass, that's strictly online. So you'd have to trust LastPass.
No thanks.
You know, with that. But I haven't had any problems. Nobody's stolen anything. So
it's just like the Blizzard authentication key, where you need the flash drive dongle, or you need the app on your phone to authenticate your account. There you go.
Yeah.
Every single time you use your, account, you have the password, and then you have the physical thing that you have to have. It's crazy. Like, internet security, there's got to be a better way. I'm hoping we evolve the internet to a point where there can be an easier way in the future. They've made it real easy to get your stuff stolen.
It's scary with the fingerprint thing. That's what's starting to scare me, is we're using fingerprint for everything, and all our phones are starting to get the fingerprint login. So I'm kind of worried that that's going to be the next phase.
Somebody's going to chop your fingers off and just start using your stuff?
Yeah. What are you?
No,
it's a conspiracy theory thing. I bet he's just worried about.
What?
Now it's getting to the point where we're using
in the middle of the night. They come in and fillet the finger skin off.
Yeah,
and then they glue it to a mannequin finger, just like CSI that.
I don't need the government stealing my passwords and my fingerprints. What are you hiding?
I'm gonna go burn them off.
The passwords are in your mind, and they can't get to that. Nobody can get to that. They can get to your finger. They can also get to your DNA. They can get to they can get to your eye, your Oculus, or whatever you want, or whatever the thing is that they use to. Ugh. They can get to a lot of things, but they can't get to your mind. They can't get into something if they don't know that password.
I can't get to my mind.
Well, then you're just
I've woken up pretty drowsy sometimes too.
It's like, wow, it's just getting to the point where we're going to have to use some kind of a biological system.
Yeah. Well, anyway, on an even more infuriating subject. Something I learned about earlier in the week was Nintendo's new handheld announcement. It was like a not announcement. It was weird. It's like, this is happening, and we have no idea, or you have no idea what it's going to end up being like. So I had the article pulled up, and then I ended up accidentally clicking out of it. But Nintendo has partnered with a Japanese company in order to make what they're calling mobile games, or mobile.
DNA or Dina. I don't know how to say it, but it's D, little E, capital N, capital A.
I read it as DNA, like it was supposed to be cute like that.
But if it's a Japanese company, you just don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, they're gonna, I guess, make mobile games together, or a new hardware is what I read.
A new
piece of hardware.
And this is something we've talked about in the past, and we didn't think they would ever do this, because they've got their own handheld units.
I'm gonna screw up the stream here so I can actually click the link.
No. So they're making a special Nintendo tablet? Is that what you're telling me? Because I thought they were just going to make mobile games.
It's supposed to be just they're being very vague. That's what really upset me about this. They're being incredibly vague. It could mean a new set-top console like the Wii U, or it could mean something to evolve from the 3DS, or it could be a whole nother side thing. Or it could be apps in the App Store. I mean, it's just so stupid and vague.
Yeah, I'm guessing they're probably going to come out with actually new content that you can't get anywhere else, only on a mobile device.
iOS and Android platforms are going to be part of their mobile business.
Okay. The quote I have here says, encompass the existing Nintendo 3DS and Wii U systems, as well as an all-new hardware system, codenamed the NX. That's 2 letters, NX. So they're going to be doing both? Or are they going to be making... My other theory is that they're making mobile games that you can download on your iPhone. Or
I thought NX was their next console that they were working on.
That's what they're... Yeah, that's what this is.
Okay.
These things are directly related. But...
Well, maybe they're working on, like, the... What is the token, like, buzzword we're using for this when it's all together and linked and the same... Windows uses it a lot when trying to push Windows 8. I'm just totally blanking on it. But it's you log into like the Nintendo environment on your tablet through the app, and then you can access all your like Nintendo games on your tablet, and then it interacts with your new NX and maybe even the next DS.
I'm just hoping this is a different system that sidesteps the 3DS and the Wii U completely. I don't want in 2 years from now to be... I just got a Wii U, all right? And the system is competing with the Xbox One and the PS4. Not very well, but it's up there with them.
That's
and I don't
probably
need,
why.
I don't need another set-top console like that. I like the Wii U. They just did a whole bunch of stuff to make it awesome, like Super Smash Bros. And Mario Kart 8. I just that's my biggest fear, that in 2 years from now I'll be going out and wanting to buy another Nintendo system. I don't want another Nintendo system for a while, for like 5 years.
They have their marketing plan and they have their numbers, and they did just recently do a huge push to try to get people interested in the Wii U. If that failed, and I don't know, I haven't looked at the numbers recently, then they could have just decided, you know what, we need to start working and brainstorming, and they've made headway on that because they're like, we've got to push their next system to be able to compete. Because they are in a bad spot. They aren't in a terrible spot, but they are in a, we need to fix this spot.
I agree they do need to do something. But I just hope it's a good something. So, okay, how do you say his name? Iwata? The CEO of Nintendo, the guy who always does Japanese guy who always does the presentations. And
I thought it was Iwata.
Iwata? Okay, so a quote from him says, "As proof that Nintendo maintains strong enthusiasm for the dedicated game system business, let me confirm that Nintendo is currently developing a dedicated game platform with a brand new concept under the development codename NX. It's too early to elaborate on the details of this project, but we hope to share more information with you next year." That's what I originally read, which made me so upset, and it's just so vague. I don't know if that means a handheld system. I don't know if that means a television hookup set-top system.
You know what? It probably is their next handheld. Like, because they've been, like, revamping the 3DS, and now they've done that finalized, like, polished 3DS. So what it is probably their next, like, line of handhelds that will not really... Like, you'll get a new cartridge for it.
Yeah, like a whole new thing.
Because we've been rocking the DS for a while now.
This is why I didn't want a new 3DS, because it seemed like such a small update to the 3DS I already have. There's some great things about it that I really would want to get it for. For example, better screen. I like that the 3D tracking got a lot better. According to some of the reviews I've heard, it is a lot better. You can actually turn the thing now and still see 3D, whereas before you had to hold it at a certain position. I mean, all that sounds great. They added some buttons, a C-stick, to make, all these other games playable, a lot easier, like Super Smash, for example. They named it the new 3DS. That pissed me off. And it just didn't feel like enough was done to, like, get me to buy that system. So, if it was a new handheld line, I don't think I'd be too upset. If it was, like, a new console, like, living room console, I'd be pretty pissed.
Yeah.
That's just me. I heard, I don't know if it was one of you, someone told me not that long ago, when Nintendo makes a new handheld, after, like, the 3DS and the 3DS XL were the last times they were going to be doing the dual screen thing, and they were going to move on to something else. I don't know who told me that. But
I
obviously
know I've said it because that's what they've said. Like the 3DS is the last time they're doing like the 3D. Like when they do their next thing, like that's it. They're not doing 3D anymore.
That might have been what I remember then. So that theory though is debunked now because they made the new 3DS and they improved the 3D. But
that's still part of the 3DS family though. That's just like improving the hardware that's already there to increase the longevity of like I guess that's more for the developers than it is for the audience. Because it's like, hey, now we have an improved hardware system, so if you're still wanting to play your 3DS games while we're about to usher in the new game console, then here's a newer, better version.
Yeah. So I guess that you might be right. So do you think that 3D is going to be gone in this whatever they're doing if it is handheld? Yeah.
I think we'll definitely see that go bye-bye. Because everybody was like, it's cute for about 15 minutes. And then you're like, no thanks. You turn it right off.
Yeah.
Although since they improved this 3D, their actual 3D software or whatever, like you said it's a lot better. Hardware? Why would they not improve upon? I mean, why not? Even if they've improved it, obviously they've been working on it. So maybe, who knows?
I kind of see what you're saying and what Jimmy's saying. I mean, why invest the money in making the 3D all the better when you're probably going to do away with it in a couple of years anyway? But like Jimmy said, to improve the longevity of the system and get developers a little bit of leeway, and people are buying it. Yeah, I mean, it's making them money. Our friend Drew got one.
Well, here's the thing. If they bump the 3D from the unit, it drives down the cost.
True.
Well, maybe now I can get the 3DS XL for cheaper.
Yeah, it is. It's supposedly a little bit cheaper now. But they priced the new 3DS at the same price point the old 3DS was priced at. And they took away the charger.
What?
You don't get a... You didn't know that?
You don't get a charger with a new 3DS?
Nope.
What?
You have to buy that separate or use your old one.
Piss on you, Nintendo. That's bullshit.
Yeah. I thought you knew that. That was a whole thing.
No.
People were not happy about that. Yeah, you don't
That's
get a charger.
That's like buying a cell phone and then being like, you're going to have to pay $40 for a charger for it. Like, no, I paid $200 for this. It should come with your $20 stupid-ass travel charger.
That's what people are saying made the price stay the same, is taking away the charger. But you're just catering to people who already have a 3DS or a 3DS XL, and now they're gonna have a whole bunch of trouble trading it in because they got to buy a second charger just to trade in their old console to trade up to the new one.
Oh yeah, because nobody's gonna take the old one
without the charger.
Without a charger, right?
So it was a dumb move.
There'll be a lot of eBay.
That's just weird too because you have to have that special port. Like it's not like a micro USB where it's like okay, just pop it in there.
Exactly.
If it was micro USB and it didn't come with a charger, I'd still be pissed because that's kind of like a dick move, Nintendo, just to save money on your end. But at the same time, a lot of people have cell phones and stuff, and those micro USB cords are everywhere. You can get them at the gas station checking out. That's still a dick move because that really cost them pennies, and they took that out of the box.
We'll be seeing a lot of 3DSs on eBay. No charger included.
Exactly. And Craigslist, yeah, that's what I would do. I mean, you still want to get money for your old system, which you're never going to touch again.
Right.
I'm curious if the NX will, with whatever it ends up becoming, I'm curious if it will allow for backwards compatibility like Nintendo's been so good about in the past.
Probably. Especially with their handhelds. They usually have at least one iteration of the system that you can pop in the old cartridges.
Yeah. And, we talked about this, I think, probably the podcast after you and Brendan left here. Mm-hmm. We all played Diddy Kong Racing for the original DS on our 3DSs. It was 100% backwards compatible. I used the cartridge in my 3DS XL. This is an old DS game. And then I was able to download and play to them with their 3DSs this old DS game. So the download and play feature worked, and the game itself ran on all of our systems. And we were able to sit there playing Diddy Kong Racing using one cartridge and just all our 3DS consoles.
Oh, that's cool.
Nintendo has been really, really good about backwards compatibility, at least with like the previous gen. I know that on the Wii, you could pop in a GameCube disc. On the Wii U, you could pop in a Wii disc. You can't do the GameCube, though. They didn't go back that far.
I think that's fair, though, going back one generation.
Yeah. I think that's more than fair considering PlayStation and Xbox kind of boned us. So at least we get something with Nintendo, and you also have, their store where you can buy a bunch of old games, too. So.
Oh, yeah. I that kind of like, when it comes to probably... They were releasing 64 games on the Nintendo store, right? So I guess...
On the Wii, they were. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That means we should start seeing GameCube games trickle in, or at least with the next iteration.
I hope so. You know what I wanted to do?
Soon.
I wanted to play the original Pikmin. Can't do it.
Really?
Yeah. I had it when I was younger on the GameCube, and I never beat it. And then, as I normally do with games, I never beat them. And so I got rid of my GameCube. I got rid of all my old games. I have nothing to play this game on. Even if I go out and buy it, I got to get a GameCube or a Wii.
I have a GameCube, but I don't have any controllers for it.
I have controllers, but I should be able to, because they work with the, whatever.
Yeah.
But I should be able to buy that in their marketplace. Like, that's an old title. I should be able to download that. I think it's a big missed opportunity.
It's a hardware issue, though. Like, they don't want to put older games that might be a little too much, because I'm sure the coding language changes, and there's a little bit of an emulation thing there.
Well, I mean, they're emulating old Nintendo games, like NES games.
Yeah, but you have to put the hardware in there to do that, and so, like... Not to mention, they kind of
probably be really bad too.
They do want those games to retire for a short while, so people are more likely to be inclined to actually purchase them again.
Yeah, I see that, but it's been long enough. On the release of Pikmin 3, I go to play Pikmin 1. I'm like, oh, Pikmin 3, man, I've missed out. I go to play Pikmin 1, I can't find it anywhere. I'm gonna have to emulate that on my PC, which is something they heavily discourage, and yet I'm going to have to do it if I want to play it. It's going to make me go out and because if you go on Amazon, you can buy like a controller that plugs into your USB port, and it could be any configuration that you can think of in terms of controllers that exist. You can get an N64 controller that has a USB connector. So you can emulate N64 games on your PC and have the complete experience as you remember it. Same with GameCube. I bet you there's GameCube USB controllers that you can get, or an adapter for your GameCube controller to plug into USB. I mean, I guess I have one of those because I got that Wii U adapter. I may have to try that. For Super Smash, I got the Wii U adapter that lets you plug in GameCube controllers, and that plugs into your Wii U via USB.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of letters there. USB, Wii U.
And now NX.
NX is a better title than going with another edition of Wii something.
And that's just the code name.
If they just kept the code name, I would be happy. The Nintendo NX.
You know what, though? I think the next main console they have will be stepping away from that kind of Wii. Yeah.
3DS. New 3DS.
I think it'll be less physical too. I think they're gonna go back to kind of that stagnant, it's just a console, it's just a controller, or the game tablet pad. They may go with that, and then the motion stuff will come in as an add-on if you want it.
Maybe I can see that. They need to do something. The Vita, I guess the Vita is basically retired now. I don't have any articles pulled up on this. I just kind of heard through the grapevine that Vita is basically dead.
God, I remember when it first came out. It was a big thing.
Yeah.
Really?
I'll try to look it up real fast, but I think the Vita...
they hyped it. They really hyped it.
PS Vita is not dead from a developer's perspective. Is the Vita dead? blah blah blah.
You know what? I just
That
like
was
a lot of people that I know that had a Vita. They never touch it and they never care.
Wasn't that like
Like,
the
I wouldn't be
first
so
console,
surprised.
or not first? Isn't that the first handheld console that
No.
came out with Minecraft?
Oh, maybe that. But I was gonna say they had their PSP. That was kind of floppy. But I mean, they did well enough to obviously warrant wanting to do another iteration. And I'm really kind of sad that they didn't kindle some magic with the Vita because it looked a lot more promising than the PSP.
Oh yeah, and it's a really like I've held one, I've used one. It's nice. They're really nice.
Yeah, they are nice.
The headline itself here reads PS Vita dead? No, it's just an indie console now, Sony says. And then it goes into we'll link the article in the show notes. But
That
that's
means
kind
it's
of what
kinda
I
dead.
heard. Yeah, so if you're an indie dev, you can still develop for it, but Sony's not going
That's
to be
why
making any games for it.
That's probably the reason why I think, if I remember correctly, when I was at Minecon, very first Minecon, they were talking about the Vita being the first console Minecraft, no, or not console, but first
Handheld.
portable console handheld Minecraft game, and that was the first one was on the PS Vita. But I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure if it was the Vita or it was some other thing. I'm thinking it was the Vita though.
I think if this cheapens up the Vita, I may actually end up getting one because of the remote play feature.
Oh yeah.
I mean that's pretty cool. Just that alone. I gotta mute the stupid video playing in the background. I like that you can take any PS4 game, put it on your Vita, and go.
Well, that is cool.
That is really awesome. And you could do that with the PSP on the PS3. You could do that a little bit with PS1 games.
It wasn't very good though.
No.
It was a lot better with the Vita.
Yeah, Vita improved upon that substantially. So if this cheapens up the Vita, it might still be worth it to get one, especially if Sony's ditching the handheld market. Now you'll have the one handheld device that isn't really going to go out of style until, say, the PS5.
Right.
It'll
Because they won't
pair
do
well.
any
That's
updates.
if
for
they
it.
want to do another PS handheld.
Yes.
This may be it.
This
like
might
they
be
may
it.
be just like it's a lost cause. We can't edge in on the Nintendo, which is maybe that's part of what NX is. They are realize they have cornered the market and they rock the market with handheld, and that's going to be their focus. And kind of like here, we'll wirelessly put the game on your smart TV instead, and like so they give you a beast of a handheld, and that's kind
Yeah.
of takes the place of the console.
You know, that gets me thinking, yeah, we have all these smart TVs now. All you would need to do is make a console where the developers can develop a game that the resolution matches like a television, but it can be put on this little handheld, right? So
Yeah.
there's no like terrible resolution problems. And then you just download the Nintendo app on your smart TV or whatever TV, or you just get the Nintendo dongle, and then you could just play it on your TV like normal.
With
And that
that
would
as
be
your
like
controller.
Yes.
as your controller, yeah.
People
That
have been
would be-
wanting to do that for a while. I wanted to do that, and they actually let me do that with the Game Boy. If you remember, do you remember Pokemon
Yeah.
Stadium?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could pop in the Game Boy cartridge, and you can actually play your Pokemon game on your television.
Yeah.
That was
That was
awesome.
pretty
See, like-
awesome.
It's like going to a friend's house and you bring your handheld with you, right? And you go, hey, let's play some video games. Okay, rather than bring your whole freaking console with you, you got your little handheld. You go, okay, boop, pop
Yeah.
it in, boop, it's on the TV. There it is, all ready to go.
We're so close to that now, and we can do that now. We have all the technology we need to do that, but no one's developed in that way. So
Right.
this could be the next step, and I hope that's... If it was that, then I'd be happy. I'm just... The thought of buying another series of Nintendo consoles so soon pisses me off.
I think what they're trying to say is that it's what they are coming out with. It says the membership service will encompass the existing Nintendo 3DS, the Wii U systems, as well as an all-new hardware system codenamed NX. And I'm thinking that basically what they're
That's what made me think
Yeah.
it could sidestep all of those and be something different.
well, did you click on the NX at all?
Nope.
What do you mean? I clicked on the
What do
thing.
you mean, read the article?
No, I read the
It
article.
says when it says codenamed NX, it's actually clickable.
Yeah, it's
So
a
I just
link
clicked
to
on it
another
right
news
now.
article.
It's just
It brings you
about
to
it.
another article with the announcement.
brand new concept of the hardware. Yeah.
That's what I was reading a second ago.
Oh,
So,
okay. Gotcha.
What I'm saying is that that quote that you read, though, makes me think this could sidestep all of those and be a whole different line of Nintendo consoles with different types of games. So there'll still be 3DS games being produced, as well as now these NX games for a different audience or something, which would be very strange. And I don't think that would go over too well. So, but that quote makes me think that might be what's going on. This is all speculation, though. They're not telling us anything, so all we can sit here and do is think of what it might be, what would make it awesome, or what would make it awful.
They just are trying to link everything together. So you have one membership, and you can play everything on the same thing.
They are so bad at it, and it's like I get it, Nintendo. You're looking at everybody else, and you're like, oh, all this stuff links in together. It's really simple. And then they try to do it their own way and with the super gated community. And it's like, don't do that. Just copy the model that's already there because it puts you in a gated community anyways. And you can't see the gate. You're just in there and you don't want to leave.
Ugh.
Yeah.
You willingly walk into the gate and stay. You don't have to be locked in because you lock yourself in because you're like, oh, it all flows nicely.
Yeah. And when I got my Wii U, my OCD went off the charts. I went to put... When you get a Wii U, it's like, oh, hey, do you have a 3DS by chance? Or do you have any other, Nintendo console? You're like, yeah, I have a 3DS. Oh, fantastic. Here's what you can do. You can take your Me and all of your profile information and just use that. Hey, that sounds great. So one profile on my Wii U and my 3DS. Fantastic. I did it. It copied my Me. I have two profiles now, and I don't know which one's the primary.
I know, it's so weird that they can't just make it one profile that just kind of downloads down from the cloud. I guess they just don't want to. They don't want to host that information, I guess, because that costs money and stuff. But at the same time, it's if you want to do that everything links together thing, that's kind of what you have to do. Just suck it up.
Well, maybe that's what this is then. Business. I think in order for them to bring their software out to Android, iOS, and possibly in the future Windows phones or Windows devices, they would have to link it. They have to get better at linking it. And so maybe that's what this is all about.
Everyone wants their own thing. That's what this is about. Everyone wants their own stupid thing. Windows wants you to log in with all their stuff. Google wants you to log in with all their stuff. Apple wants you to log in with all their stuff. And if you get all Google products, if you get all Windows products, or if you get all Apple products, seamless. It's perfect. It's amazing.
Oh, it's perfect.
But if you get, God forbid, you have a PC and you get an iPhone.
I know. I've already been through that. I know what you're talking about. It's
Jimmy
it's horrendous.
Had a seizure about the whole thing.
Oh, it's terrible.
Nope. You mentioned Apple, and I got pissed all over again.
Why?
Okay, so have you been keeping up with HBO Go? Coming?
Oh, I read about that.
I just was so mad because it's Apple, you are smart bastards for assigning that, but at the same time, I hate you.
I am about to get an Apple TV.
I was so excited because I was like, I will do anything to get HBO Go. And
no, you won't.
Nope. I have to buy an Apple TV and then pay $15 subscription to Apple TV to do it. And I was like, nope. I'll just wait and see if I can do it through Roku or some other service. And I think it's the end of the year that exclusivity contract is up. But I was so pissed about
contracts.
it. Because I was waiting. Just waiting.
Contracts.
We'll link this in the show notes because I'm sure a lot of people are like, what are they so angry about? Here's what's going on. HBO Go was supposed to be going to a subscription-based thing starting this year at some point, and we're getting really close to that date where we're going to be able to get HBO without having a cable subscription, which is a godsend for people in our generation who don't have a cable subscription and don't feel like they need one, but want to watch Game of Thrones.
Or any of the other premium HBO content.
Exactly.
Really.
And I mean, Silicon Valley, I cannot wait to watch that again. I had to go download all the episodes, and it was a big pain in the ass because you have to buy, if you go on iTunes, you got to buy each and every one, and it's like, ugh. So this is like awesome, and I'm thinking, great. So we download the app just like Netflix. You download the app, you pay for the service, you get it on your PC, on your phone, on your TV, on whatever.
Yeah.
And then this announcement comes out today or yesterday or whenever that Apple gets first right to it, and there's going to be a couple other exclusive devices you can get, I guess. And then the contract will end in a year, and then more people will be able to get HBO Go, and that's probably when it'll be normalized again. But
there's also you won't be subscribing directly to HBO Go. Some third party will be collecting your subscription fee for that, so you have to subscribe to Apple TV for their HBO Go thing. It's still like kind of getting a cable subscription for HBO, but not through a cable company.
How does it? Yeah, exactly. How does it make?
I don't mind paying the fee, but I don't.
Different.
I don't want it to go through this third party. Can I just?
Yeah, it's kind of awkward.
That was the whole point of HBO Go, though, was that you were able to.
I know.
That's weird.
But I assume HBO is in this weird contract with the cable companies that they can't just do that. So now they've figured out this workaround. So they're like, we can't offer HBO Go direct, but if you would like to access our services, we'll let this company collect the fees for us, and we'll offer the content through them.
Yes. And that's probably exactly what happened, and that's why I'm not blaming HBO themselves.
Yeah, I don't think it's their fault.
Just society. Like, this is just how things are.
It's crazy.
In the country, in the the capitalist world we live in, this is just how things are now. But it's infuriating.
Yeah.
It is.
I have an iPhone, I have an iPad. Apple TV will fit in well with those things, so I'm not totally opposed to getting one. I was just kind of a holdout on the Apple TV because I have we got the smart TV.
Just wait. I wait a year.
But a whole year without watching the shows I want to watch.
I'm sure there's like a laundry list of shows you can watch in the interim.
No.
And this is why people go to illegal websites to watch these shows because of stuff like this.
Yep. Because
they can't get access to certain. Yeah, what are you going to do? I mean, you can't have 50 billion different subscriptions for 50 billion different services. You would be in the thousands of dollars a month to just watch. Might as well get cable.
I don't mind paying for a show if I can't watch it otherwise, but when everyone else gets to do it for like one fee and they get to watch as much as they want, it is very frustrating, and it makes me feel like I don't know. It's just cable companies.
Yeah.
Like, I was talking to Brendan about this, and we were like, well, you get access to all their premium stuff, and what we'd do is wait for like a full year, subscribe for like a month or two, binge watch everything we want, and then wait another year or two for like the new seasons of stuff.
That's what everyone does with HBO. Like, their seasons come around, and I think they all happen at once for the most part, and then people subscribe for like a few months, they watch the seasons, and they unsubscribe.
Yeah, but we'd just be doing it for HBO Go, so we could just binge watch it when it's all like up and available.
That's funny. Like, it's funny you would do it pretty much exactly how people watch HBO Go, but on a shorter time span now.
Yeah.
Or HBO as it is now. Yeah, you just subscribe, watch for a few months, quit. Now it's like subscribe, watch for a week, quit.
God, I remember when HBO, not to go a subject, but I remember when HBO, when I was a kid, was a box that you had a couple channels to.
Yeah.
That was HBO. And they played certain movies during the week. Yeah. Now it's like a freaking whole network now.
And now we're getting another box to watch HBO.
No, I know. Yeah. Now we went backwards. We're going backwards now.
HBO probably loves it. They'll get more money in the end.
My ass has been chapped this whole podcast. That's how I feel.
Wow.
Just things are making me angry. Has there been any good news at all?
I don't know.
Anyone?
I got
10 minutes
item
of the
level
show.
109 on Bard on 14.
Great. That's great.
That's actually not really great. That's actually pretty low.
So,
But
more
I
things
was
to be-
proud.
more things to be upset about. Damn it.
I guess.
Well, we have 10 minutes left, and while my ass is so chapped, did you guys catch the Apple announcement for the watch?
No.
Oh,
I have a rant that nobody seems to agree with, and it makes me upset. Since we're talking about
Okay.
Apple anyway,
Throw it down.
Apple Watch just announced. You can pre-order soon. It's coming out in what, April? I don't know. Who cares?
Yeah.
Apple Watch seems great. It's going to connect to your phone. It's going to help you with your health crap. You can go on runs, and it'll tell you your heartbeat, something stupid like that. Now, imagine an Apple Watch. It's going to be tiny. It's going to be a fraction of the size of your iPhone screen.
Yeah.
Why, then, does it cost more than an iPad? Why?
I imagine it has less
for-
functionality than an iPad too.
Yes. You can't
Well, it
text
actually-
you don't want text on that tiny thing.
Doesn't it Bluetooth up to your phone? So
Yes.
Yeah,
the only
but
way
like
you
you
can
interact
access.
with it through the phone or
You
the
interact-
tablet.
Yes, it'll interact with your devices, like
Right.
just fine. More or less, it's going to be like a screen. If you get a text, you can read it on your watch, but then you probably have to pull out
Yeah.
your phone to respond. It's just
I have a friend who has that with his Android device or with the Windows phone
This
or
isn't
something.
like
I
a
don't
new
know.
thing, a new concept, nothing groundbreaking here, and that's cool. But what makes me really upset is iPad Mini 2. This is gonna let me take you around here a little bit. iPad Mini 2 came out recently, and then 6 months to a year later, the iPad Mini 3 comes out, and the same with the iPad Air and the iPad Air 2. You know what they added to these iterations of the new iPads? A fingerprint scanner and the additional color option for the devices. That's it. If you look at the comparison side by side, I you not,
There's
they are
nothing
the
else.
same exact thing, but with a fingerprint scanner and an option for one more color.
Wow.
That is it. Maybe
Well,
two. I don't know how many colors. Who cares? One piece of hardware they added to this thing, and what it did is it lowered the price of the previous iterations, which is the one I got. I got the iPad Mini 2 because it was so much cheaper than the iPad Mini 3. And no fingerprint scanner, no big deal. I don't even like the gold color anyway, so I wouldn't get that anyway. Great. It is $299 and then plus tax. The Apple Watch, the lowest one, starts at $349.
Wow.
And it is a fraction of the size
That
of the
is-
iPad.
That's a real ripoff. Like, I think the Apple Watch is kind of like that test of who is really that Apple hipster.
No, you want to know what the real test of that is? The gold Apple Watch starting at $10,000.
Yeah, see, there's the thing.
What?
Somebody made a video.
Wait. That's a whole new level of glass hole right there.
Yeah. And it's the same exact one that's on the cheapest form of it. The only difference is it's got gold on it. That's it.
It's legit gold.
Yeah.
Solid gold.
So
Everyone's like, just
they've
get a
broken-
Rolex.
They've broken society down into three factions, basically. You got the
I
super
refuse
rich,
to
the
take
gold
part.
watch. You've got the mid-class person that gets the silver stainless steel band, and then you got the poor people who get the plastic one. And so
Yeah,
now
I
everybody
refuse-
that walks
nope.
around, if they got a plastic one, you know they're poor. If they got a stainless steel one, you know, hey,
They're not
got a little bit
poor.
of money.
They're not
If
poor.
they got
they're
a
just
gold
not
one,
stupid.
You know
Yeah.
they're rich. You know,
For
but other
real,
than that,
they don't
the device,
throw their money away on stupid shit.
but the device
Wait,
is
no,
exactly
they bought an
the
Apple
same.
Watch.
But the funny thing is the device is exactly the same, and the price ranges are so drastic. I don't understand it.
Well, the gold, if it's really gold, then I could kind of see where some of that price comes from, but between the mid class and the low one.
Why not just look at? I got a gold. It's not real gold. It's stainless steel, but it's gold. It's like a I don't know. It looks gold.
I wouldn't
And
want a gold
why not-
anything though.
Why not just
because
make
it's
it
so
like
malleable.
that? This is cheap. I didn't. This is an expensive watch, but It looks
You do
nice.
not live the luxe lifestyle, and you don't know what money feels like until you feel solid gold touch your skin.
actually, I think it makes me break out, so it doesn't matter anyway.
Oh, you have a metal allergy too?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
The only thing I can use
feel
is
your pain.
stainless steel. If I use anything else, I start breaking out.
Yep.
I was putting.
I got it from my mom.
In my rage, I expect nothing less from Apple than to make the gluttonous, stupid Apple Watches that people can pay way too much money for. That's Apple. Whatever. What made me mad was the entry-level watch still costs more than a nice new iPad mini.
Yeah, that's outrageous.
That has way more functionality, is like 10 times the size, and you're gonna carry around all this shit anyway. You're gonna have your phone in your pocket, your iPad under your arm, and your watch on your frickin' wrist. What are you doing?
It's the exclusive crown that they put on the watch. That's what made it so expensive.
Oh my god.
Let me just throw something out there. What was it, like 5-6 years ago or something, when they first announced the iPad? And everybody was like, who wants this? It has less functionality than a laptop, and it costs more than a laptop, or at least the same price. Blew up.
Yep. I have been holding out on getting a tablet forever, and finally I just had the urge I'm like, I really kind of want one of these, because I was seeing Hearthstone on it, and I'm seeing gaming really kind of break through in the tablet market, and I always thought, I don't want to play games on a tablet, but for the right game, it's
yes!
good.
99.9% of them are freemium garbage, but for the few good games,
perfect
amazing.
Yeah.
Hearthstone is absolutely perfect for a tablet.
Yeah.
Regardless whether it's Android or iOS, it's just a perfect game for. I mean, it beats out even Magic. I mean, it's one of those games that just work really well with a tablet.
Yeah.
And
it's
fun.
It's become like another handheld gaming device in the house. We both use it, and Mojo plays Five Nights at Freddy's on it. I'll play Hearthstone on it or whatever, and it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of cool. It's nice to have that. It's like an extra layer of gaming,
Did she beat the third one yet?
I don't think she did. She's a coward.
She's got more balls than you on that one. She's actually playing it.
Yeah. Those games like they're just gimmicky to me.
Really?
I like watching the Rooster Teeth videos.
Yeah.
Of them playing it, like the first one I saw with Gavin and Michael playing it, and Duck on the Duck, and like stuff. It's a great game for people to make videos on and stuff. I just feel like when I'm sitting there watching someone play it, like, and I don't know. It just seems like a stupid. Oh, check the cameras. Close this door.
On the cat.
It's an ingenious way of making a video game. I mean, seriously, I thought the same thing when I first saw him. Going, that's all it is to it, but it's just, I don't know. It went crazy.
Grundig in chat here, hopefully I'm saying your name right, says, do you consider an iPad a tablet? Someone kept correcting me every time I called my iPad a tablet. What the hell would you...
I think so.
It was some hipster asshole? No, it's not just a tablet. It's an iPad.
It's a tablet. That's definitely a tablet.
It's Apple's tablet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's their version of a tablet.
It annoys when people call smartphones iPhones, says Jim.
I think even Steve Jobs called it a tablet when he first made it. He says, we're coming out with a new tablet called the iPad. You know what I mean? iPad is just the name of it.
Yeah, like they have a phone called the iPhone.
But it's a phone.
That's the name of their phone.
It's a smartphone.
So don't listen to your hipster stupid friends.
Yeah.
Here we are talking about getting Apple TVs to watch HBO, but don't listen to those damn hipsters. Screw them.
Hey, look, just because you own an Apple product does not mean it's something that it's not.
Sometimes I do wish I liked Apple over Windows, because it just,
really?
I like the seamlessness, and I like their products overall, like from what I've had of theirs.
Mm-hmm.
And
I agree.
It just,
but
when people get all Apple stuff, their house is just awesome. The Apple TV and everything just works together, and it's like, this is cool.
He's drinking the Kool-Aid.
I know,
well,
but this is real cool. But it's so expensive, and I like my PC. I like what I can do with my PC. I'm happy with my PC. It just, sometimes I think I kind of wish I was an Apple fanboy a little bit more, because I love that futuristic functionality that Apple
But
gives
your
me.
wallet
Windows
thanks
10
you.
Windows
Yes.
10 promises to have that linkability that Apple has. That's what they're trying to do.
See.
So
I'm sure they will get it right for what they consider. I'm sure they'll do it exactly how they want to do it, and it'll work exactly as they intend it to work. But I'm gonna need to.
It's about time. They should have done this long time ago.
Yes,
but
it's too little, too late. Windows, come on.
Yeah.
But I've been saying that for a while now, since Windows 8.
It's like Tobuscus saying it's too late when when Windows 7 came out. He was waiting for Windows 7. When Windows 7 came out, he made a song. You know that song? I think it's called
It's Too Late to Apologize?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Too Late to Apologize. Yeah, he redid it. And he says, it's too late, I got a Mac, because he waited too long for Windows 7 to come out. He says, it's a little too late, so he got a Mac instead. Yeah, it's just, they've been late on a lot of this stuff. It's funny because they were kind of first. It's weird. Anyway.
All right, well, we should probably wrap up here. We want to thank you for joining us this week for the Everything Noob podcast. We're here every Monday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. On twitch.tv/enoobs. You can check us out on YouTube, on our audio feed. Everything you need is on everythingnoob.com. Make an account. Join our forums. Talk to us. We'll be doing more here soon to get you engaged in the show. Love to do that. So
yeah,
be ready. Check all the links for the show notes and all this. This is why I have an outro.
Thank you for joining us for this edition of the Everything Noob podcast. Hit up everythingnoob.com for our show notes, blogs, YouTube and Twitch channels, previous episodes, and even a t-shirt store. Please game responsibly, and we'll see you next week.